FFmpeg is pretty simple to use, especially if you have, let's say, a GPT assistant that you use to automatically write scripts for you. You can tell your GPT assistant the source directory or the file path and then say, hey, turn this into H.265 or encode this to some other format, transcode it from ProRes to H.264 or .mpeg4. You can basically do anything with FFmpeg. It's a really cool tool. And what's really cool about it is you can pre-write scripts as templates and save them in your notepad. See, like I have my notepad open here. I've got a bunch of tabs open. These are all these different scripts that I run with FFmpeg and MakeMKV and all these other like command line interface video processing tools. They're basically pre-written, and all I have to do is like change the file path and then copy and paste that into my command line and then hit the enter button, and then away we go. And I'll show you just how simple and cool this tool is and why it kind of gets addicting, because then you don't have to interface with like a GUI. You can just kind of copy and paste and change text around, and it's a very simple workflow. Here's my source video file. It's a DNxHR 422 10-bit file. I'm going to right click and say copy as path. And then down here in the FFmpeg script, which I have open in my notepad, I'm going to highlight the inner quotes and change that. Nothing changed because I'd already copied and pasted this file earlier, but that's where I would paste it if it was a different format. And then in the middle is all of this kind of like weird gobbledygook. Well, that's syntax for FFmpeg, and each one of these things means something. Like for instance, X265, we're using the X264 library or whatever to encode this to an H.265 file, and the preset is fast. You can set it to medium, slow, slower, slowest, placebo. You can faster, fastest. There's all these different settings. But you can also ask your GPT to just give you a list of all the settings for FFmpeg for output, and it should organize it for you and provide you a very basic manual. And then you can ask it to write a script for you, and then you'll know how to use FFmpeg in like 10 minutes. It's not a big deal. And then you can also set your output file path, as well as set the output file name. This is on my E drive. And I've set up the location already, which is basically the same as the source file path. It's just it has a different wrapper, a .mp4 wrapper. That's its output wrapper container. I'm just going to copy that, come up to my terminal, paste it, and then I'm going to hit the enter button. And you can see now down the bottom left-hand side of the frame that we're punching past 150 frames now already. We're getting 23, 24, 25. It's counting up. We're getting more than real-time frames per second now, which is pretty awesome. And it also tells me I'm getting about 1.3 times speed, 1.4 times. It's like it's speeding up. It's interesting. Huh. Well, anyway, that's pretty simple, pretty straightforward. I will see you on the other side of this export. Okay, here we are on the other side. Time traveled. Here's the output to our H.265 in an MPEG-4 container. And looks like it's playing back pretty well. Just fine. And let's just verify as well with media info. Let's see what our output is. Okay, 3840 by 2160, 23976, 4208-bit progressive, BT709. There it is. And let's see, HEVC. There it is. Okay. Looks good. 8 minutes and 42 seconds. And it's only 111 megabytes. Pretty sweet. Let's see how this one's 42.6 gigabytes. And that only took a few minutes. We were getting 40.32 frames per second on the export. So that's not so bad. I'll take it. So that's a pretty basic rundown of what you can do with FFmpeg. For those of you out there who are even remotely nerdy enough to try this, it's very simple. It's not really rocket science. Besides, just ask your GPT to help you write a script. Give it your file path to your source file and tell it the output file and say, hey, do this. And it'll write a script for you. It's not that hard. Okay, thank you so much. If you like this video and you want me to make some more, give me a thumbs up and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one.